Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. Alright, rock stars. So yeah, I am so just over it today. I am totally in holiday mode, like not in work mode. I just threw on whatever, didn't even put any makeup on today. I was like, I'm just going to work. Hopefully they send us home early so that we can get to the business of the holiday. I'm off on Friday, and Lord, I am looking forward to it. Stayed up late last night and cleaned my house up, and I just plan on relaxing tomorrow. Anyway, you guys, before we get to the video, while it's on my mind, I told one of the rock stars that I would shout them out. Amadou_B, okay, on one of my rock stars on Instagram. It is their birthday today. Well, yeah, today. That's the 3rd. And they've been a loyal rock star since 2017. So, went on and threw that out at you. Happy birthday to you, baby. And hopefully you enjoy yourself this weekend. Alright, now we're going to get started with the actual video. Alright, now we're going to get started with the actual video. You guys don't be sending me all these requests to do birthday shout outs. You know that I'm not good at them and I usually forget. So that's usually one thing that I don't do. Okay, so just a special occasion every now and again. Anyway, let's get the politics out of the way. And we're not going to talk about it long. You guys know last week was the Democratic the Democratic debate, the first one, and the second night was the day that I actually posted top of the blogs last week, so we didn't get to talk about what happened the second night. But Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala Harris, definitely asserted herself that night, and it has paid off for her. Now they're saying that while Joe Biden is still the front runner, she's closing in, and his lead is not as big as it had been. So they had some Iowa polls that they just did recently, and it shows that Joe Biden is at 24%, she's at 16%, so coming in at number 2. Elizabeth Warren is coming in number 3 at 13%, and I might as well add that y'all boy Bernie Sanders, okay, coming in at the single digit of 9. So not looking all that promising for Bernie Sanders. What I understand is, although polls are, can be tricky and we can't go 100% by what the polls say. They say historically Iowa has always shown that they sway nationwide votes. Okay, and usually they're a good picture of how the rest of the nation will vote for whatever reason. I don't know what makes certain states this way, but that's what they're saying. So that's for all of my political pundit rock stars out there. Maybe you guys can explain why certain states are the swing states or the important states or whatnots. But yeah, they're saying that she's doing well. Even Barack Obama, back when he was running, after he did well in Iowa, they said that his votes, his poll numbers shot up. And God, Deborah. Where's my phone? I'll call you back, Deborah. I'll call you back. Let me get through this video. But they're saying that he rose suddenly, and then of course we know the end of that story. He became the president of the United States. So even though it's still too early to tell, I think that is promising, and hopeful for Kamala Harris. And while there are some things that maybe I don't agree with Kamala Harris, I still must be proud of the fact that she is a black woman in California and is holding her own. So good for her. And we're just going to continue to see. It's early. It is early. But definitely the race is on. Alright, you guys. So now we got that out the way. I don't know if I should talk about Chris Brown and Tokyo, or should I talk about... Okay, let's talk about Chris Brown and Tokyo Vanity, because since this happened last night and it was pretty hot. So Chris Brown has a new song out called Need a Stack. And in the song, there is a lyric where he says, "Only wanna fuck the black bitches with the nice hair." Some people have taken some offense to that. You guys know that whenever we hear, especially as black women, nice hair, good hair, bad hair, you know, it sparks a debate on the whole colorism thing. You know, for the most part, most black women have 4B, 4C hair. Okay, textured hair, which is usually like an afro kinky or some sort of kinky or coarse, you know, type hair. We don't generally, you know, there's always exceptions, but we don't generally come out with a finer, curlier type of grade. You know, we don't normally come out with, I mean, it happens, it definitely happens, but not on the normal. Okay, and so we as black women have taken offense to that because we feel like you're trying to say that the hair that God has given us that's growing out of our head is considered bad hair. I've always said that there's not really any such thing as bad hair. It's just the fact that whether you or not you know how to tame your hair, or even if you don't want to tame your hair, if you want to wear your hair big and curly or nappy, or, you know, in an afro, or however you want to wear it, then that is fine. Okay, and that we've got to get out of this way of thinking that nappy, even the word nappy, would bother some people. Okay, I don't mean nappy as degrading. I mean nappy as in the nap of the hair is thick and coarse, curly, coarse, thick. Okay, so whatever. People are upset and had kind of been trying to pin him to the wall about that, the lyrics in his song. Tokyo Vanity took to, I think the Shade Room had posted about these lyrics, and Tokyo Vanity was in the comments, and she said, I don't know why everybody is all surprised, because, you know, Chris Brown only likes light-skinned bitches anyway. He don't like dark-skinned girls. She went on to explain that some of her homegirls had went to some club that Chris Brown was at, and then in his VIP section he had strict rules that he didn't want any dark-skinned girls there. Okay, only light-skinned girls will come in. So evidently she had a mixture of friends that went. Her light-skinned friends were able to go, and the dark-skinned friends were told no darkies. After she said that, you know, Chris Brown did come back at her, you know, posted a picture of her and said that he wanted to take her to dinner. And of course, you know, she did respond in her very Tokyo Vanity type way and was just like, nigga, don't play with me. Okay, first of all, the shit's not funny. Secondly, you obviously like, you know, lighter complexion things, you know, cocaine, heroin. So funny, why do people say heroin instead of heroin? Y'all do know it's heroin, right? Molly, acid, embalming fluid, you know, Puerto Rican, Asian, white. I don't know if I've seen Chris Brown with any white girls, but he definitely has a, you know, he has a preference for like the Blasian, the exotic types. Okay, I know a lot of people don't even like that term, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like trying to explain it right now. I mean, everybody has a preference of what they do and don't like. So, you know, it does fall into the categories of light skin, dark skin, or certain look. You know, I don't have any problem with that. I think most people are having the issue with the fact that he, you know, explicitly said no dark-skinned women in his section. Now, that's still his prerogative. If he wants to not have dark-skinned girls in his area, then he can do that as well. But of course, people are going to have a response or have a reaction or have some sort of kind of feeling to it. I mean, I can argue all day that that's wrong. You know, that's not cool to just be trying to single out, you know, light-skinned and black-skinned women. And that still is not going to change whether or not he likes to have light-skinned or dark-skinned women in this section of the club. If that bothers you as a dark-skinned black woman, or even as any kind of black woman, if you feel like he should not be segregating or I mean, if you choose not to support him because of that, then that's fine. That is perfectly fine. But I don't know what the debate is supposed to do. If everybody is going to be holding him to the coals and now saying, you know, counting to make sure that he's got a certain number of black women, dark-skinned black girls in his section, like, I don't know what we supposed to do with this information. It's not shocking, though. It's not shocking because look at his, Rihanna is the only black girl, and she was like, you know, is Caribbean. you know, from the islands. So there is your exotic part of that equation. But most of the women that we've known him to be with ever since then have all been Blasian type girls, black and Asian mixed, okay, or Puerto Rican, you know, the Spanish looking Puerto Rican ones. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, people like what they like. They like what they like. I think it's ignorant for you to, you know, say no dark skin, because you can't even party with dark skinned girls. Or are these all only the girls that you having in your section, just the women that you intend on fucking? You know, and then I guess that would make it very different. Now he probably want a pool of women that he know that he can take home, and he know he not gonna be taking home no dark skinned women, because that's not what he wants. So, you know, maybe that's why he felt like, don't bring any dark skinned girls up here, because, you know, she taking the place of some light skinned bitch that might be in here that I could fuck. Okay, so maybe that's his way of thinking. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, Chris Brown versus Tokyo Vanity. Who you guys think won that fight? You guys know something about Tokyo Vanity? Now I know she's very New Orleans, okay, but something in her, like, I like her on the show, but what is it? I don't follow her on social media. But whenever I do see her on social media, I feel like she is super combative all the time. Now, I don't know if that is just because usually when she's on something where I would see her is because she is going back and forth with somebody. But what is her whole deal on social media, you guys? What is she? Is she very, I mean, is she a cool, fun type, or is she like the kind that just goes off on everybody? Like, I couldn't get a feel for it, but something in the way that a few things that I had seen, I was just like, she might be a little nasty, huh? I don't know, you guys, but y'all let me know. But what you guys think about that whole thing? Are you on Tokyo's side? Are you on Chris Brown's side? Do you understand people only have preferences, or should we be mad at people because they like what they like? Y'all leave a comment about it below. Then these next two little stories that I'm about to put together here both annoy me very much. I just honestly don't know what's going on in the world today. Okay, first let's talk about this cucumber challenge. And it's not really related to the second story, which is about the Bluebell ice cream thing, but in a way it is. You know, social media has us so fucked up. We always want to do everything for the goddamn gram. That you find yourself out here doing shit that doesn't serve you well. This cucumber challenge, look, I'm all for if you want to give a blowjob to your man, okay, to your dildo, if that's what you do, you know, with your partner, or whatever you guys do in the privacy of your home, that's fine. We don't really need to fucking see it, okay? You keep your whole activities, and I'm not calling you a hoe, I'm just saying when you get in the bedroom, you get funk, nasty, dirty, hoish. Y'all can do all that what you want to do, this whole deep throating thing. Do that at the house. You can even tell us about it. Okay, we love us a good story. So if you want to tell us about what you can and can't do, that's fine too. But honestly, we do not need to see the visual. And as grown women who are posting themselves on video, it was so crazy because, you know, I never really look at my Twitter feed. I just look at my personal Twitter feed. I don't normally look at all the people that I follow on Twitter. I don't look at that shit because it'd be all kind of porn and just some old way out shit. But you know how on Twitter, when you go back to that page, it always shows the last Twitter post that you saw, and it stays there. It would just so happen to be a video of this girl giving this cucumber the deep throat thing. And every day I went back and looked at it, I was like, oh my God, there it is again. There it is again. It took me like 4 or 5 days to finally just be like, why am I keeping on looking at this? Let me scroll past this shit so it won't keep coming up. I don't know why people think that that's cute. Like, would you post a video of you sucking a dildo or even sucking somebody's dick? Now, you wouldn't post somebody's, you know, sucking somebody's ding, obviously, because then that would be considered porn. But would you post yourself just on your Instagram, you know, you sucking a dildo? No, you wouldn't do that, right? So why do you think that it's okay to do that with a cucumber? Okay? Or any other kind of phallic looking fruit or vegetable. Why are you doing that? Like everybody has said, you know, you're trying to set examples for kids out here to see you doing this and thinking that that's cute. That shit is not fucking cute. I want you guys to stop that as a mother, okay? So I'm talking to all them, you know, even my kids, you know, because these kids so fucking stupid nowadays. And I done told you guys that. I love Joe and Jada to death. But I always have to have conversations with them to make sure that they are making the best decisions, because you put this shit out there on social media, you think that is cute, that is funny, you know, you showing a special type of skill, and then the next thing you know, that shit is viral. You out there looking all hoified, nasty ass bitches. No, don't do it. Just honestly, don't do that. And that brings me to this whole Bluebell ice cream situation. Now, Bluebell said that they are going to find this girl and get her arrested and, you know, process this shit to the fullest extent of the law. And I think that they should. Okay, again, she's probably some young ass kid that thinks shit is funny. You know, at 18 years old, whole shit is funnier at 18 years old, a whole lot funnier than when you get into your 30s and 40s and you look back at some stupid ass shit that you did back in the day. I was like, that was not funny. As a matter of fact, that shit was kind of dangerous. Like, why was I even doing that? Okay, so granted, this is probably a young girl who's stupid in that whole way. She gonna look back when she's 30 and be like, why did I do that? All right, but that being said, whatever happens to her it deserves to happen. Okay, because why are you licking ice cream? That is the most disgusting. It's so disturbing to me to think about the shit that I buy in the grocery stores. And yeah, you know, you try to make sure that your boxes aren't tampered with. You make sure your cans don't have dents in it. You know, your milk still has everything is sealed. But shit like ice cream, there's really no way for you to honestly tell. Now, Bluebell now tells us that, you know, they turn their cartons upside down when they package the ice cream and make sure that the ice cream seals to the top, to the plastic. So if it is tampered with, you would know that. But would you know that if you didn't know that? Like, if I didn't tell you guys that, you need to now pay attention to the tops of your lids. And this is only in situations where you can actually see through the top. Okay, because there's a lot of ice cream that you can't even see the ice cream. So you wouldn't know if the people had been licked on it or not. You know? And then when you, like, I put my ice cream out and set it on my counter because my freezer freezes that shit rock hard. Okay, I don't care how low you got that damn thing turned down. It's still gonna freeze that shit rock hard. So I sit it out for a few minutes. So by the time that I get to it, it's already kind of soft and, you know, so you really wouldn't know. You mean to tell me now I got to be looking and inspecting my shit this closely? Because we got these nasty ass bitches out here licking the fucking ice cream in the goddamn... Who is raising you motherfuckers out there? Who told you guys that that shit was okay? And see, this is why I'm telling you. Many of them probably didn't have a conversation because we as parents think that our kids just know fucking better. But see, I'm going to tell you every time, you have got to always say to them, you do know that this is not okay for you to lick some ice cream in a goddamn grocery store and then put it back in there and then put it on social media and laugh about it. You do know that, right? Because then you get the answer from them that might surprise you sometimes. Because they might be like, why is that? What's the big deal? Then you got to go on and say, what's the big deal? And then you got to explain to them the ramifications of them doing something so goddamn stupid. So it is important that we talk to our kids, because I know for a fact that that girl's parents is mad as hell. Okay? Like, what the fuck was you thinking? Okay, don't you know you ain't supposed to... Yeah, she probably knew, but she thought the shit was funny. But, again, not funny. Very disgusting. Quit putting yourself out there for the gram like that. Whether it's going to be some sexual object or just something that you think is funny. Quit this shit. Cut it the fuck out. This is bad. And it can follow you. That little girl, or however, she's not little, but you know, she's young enough. When she gonna have some problems. She gonna have some legal issues, okay? So they have got to make an example out of her, and it's coming. So I just, you know, I think it's important that we just always remember, okay, to talk to our kids and All my rock star babies out there, y'all know Rocky love you. I don't want you doing shit like this. Represent yourself better than this. Don't even listen to these hoes that come out and be like, you know, standing up for the whole shit and for the, you know, all of the spectacularness that can get your ass in trouble. Stop it. That's all I'm saying. Cut it out. God, I'm long-winded today, and I tell you, I ain't got my wax in, and it's already digging into my mouth right here. Blueface and his family. Listen, I done told you guys a long time ago that something was wrong with that Remedial rapper. Okay, that I thought that he was, for lack of better words, some ain't right there. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Something about the way that he raps and breathes and shit. It don't sound like a normal, you know, cognizant type person. Y'all like that stupid ass Tatiana song, you know, and y'all been supporting and putting that nigga out there, you know, and just loving his music. I don't even know what else he sings, but Jada, you know, the kids tell me, or at least I should say Jada, you know, tells me that he got some other song. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. I remember seeing a video when he bought this nice house somewhere in LA. You know, he did a video of walkthrough of the house. He's real proud of it. You know, and I was happy for him, because even if I don't like his music, you know, we like to see these young boys, you know, succeeding in their career and you know, purchasing property and, you know, all that. So I was here for it. Good for him. Okay, with his dumb ass. Anyway, now that he's in the house and all settled, I guess he's got girlfriends. And I say that plural. It's so annoying to me when men have more than one girl in their house and people, you know, we take them seriously. But look, that's their lifestyles. That's what he want to do. Fine. You ain't hurt nobody. Fine. Okay, so he's got these two girlfriends that's living in the house with him. I guess they either live there or they're long term. I'm not quite sure, but evidently his mother and his sister was there visiting. Now his mother and his sister have probably seen some changes in Mr. Face. You know, he's not quite the humble young man that was hungry for a rap career back when he was getting started. Now that he's gotten somewhere, you know, maybe he's changed a bit. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just trying to create some little narrative around this. So they're there, they're visiting, and Mr. Face's girlfriends are there, and one of them doesn't speak to the mother and the daughter. Now, she doesn't have to speak, but common courtesy. This is your man's mother, your man's sister. You know, what's a how you doing gonna do to your life? Okay, you can't squeeze that out, but granted, she doesn't have to do it. But you know that when you're in a house, at first you got women that are in houses, and you got these women that have been with him through thick and thin at the beginning, and then you got these new bitches that come around. It's a mix that doesn't do well. So I guess the mother and the daughter got into an argument with the girlfriend that doesn't speak, and Mr. Face took the side of the girlfriend and told the mom and the sister that they had to go. And again, that's his choice. It's his house, it's his property, these are his girlfriends, and if he says you have to go, then you have to go. But there's ways of doing this, and certainly the way that it happened is not, you know, the best way for it to happen. He's fighting with his mom and his sister, you know, they got it on video, them swinging on each other, him throwing all their clothes all over the balcony, and he throwing them out the house. And yeah, you know, this is kind of shit that you don't really want to see or need to see. It's unfortunate that the whole thing was even put on social media. But you know, I guess it was important for the mom and the daughter to let everybody know that this is what your money is supporting. Okay, now I'm sure there's plenty more like Mr. Face out there who would do something like this, or maybe even worse. But to me, you know, and this is just me from the outside looking in and not knowing everything that goes on, you know, in that house, I think that is terrible that that's how he would treat his mother. Now, see, siblings, sometimes we can get into it with our siblings. And I have seen some siblings get into some knockdown, drag out fights. All right, I've seen it happen. And I've seen it happen between boys and girls. So when it becomes your brothers and sisters, it's a little different. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just telling you that it happens. But the fact that he can be that way to his mom, just kind of just, you know, that's... Because I couldn't imagine doing that to my mom, and I can't imagine Joe doing that to me. All right? But that's just me from the outside looking in. I mean, the mom and him could have had, you know, real bad blood, or it could have been some shit, you know. Maybe the mom could have been foul. I don't know that. That's not the vibe that I got, because the mom was like, I'm still going to pray for you, you know, and she was still trying to be nice and not going off like the sister was. But yeah, you know, it's just, again, that social media is the fucking devil. Okay, because we so quick to jump on and put everything out there for everybody to see. Okay, next thing you know, the sister gonna be trying to go off on everybody, you know, for saying certain things about her brother. You know how people do. You know, one minute they be all mad, and then the next minute they coming at the people on social media who, when you the one brought the story to us in the first place. Okay, so I don't know, but the video was like, damn. You gonna do all that? You can't just tell them to go, or just call the police and be like, I want them out my house. You gotta do it. So, what did you guys think about that video, though? Wasn't it a whole lot? I was like, Mr. Face, is that necessary? You guys know that Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is coming back soon. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is just about over. We get through these reunions, and then we back in Hollywood. And it promises to have quite a few interesting storylines there. I think I'm going to be here for it, because it seems that Little Fizz and April have finally confirmed that they are a couple. Now, you guys know that Moniece tried to tell us about this a while ago. Remember when April put that video out, that very crackish video, you guys? Oh, don't even get mad at me. Y'all know it's something crackish about April. That child there, she about to need some prayers, child, because she always real skittish and jumpy and just loud and ghetto. I mean, just never the way you thought that she would be, and never the way she even presented herself on Hollywood. It was like after she left Omarion, then it was like she just, you know, she just was different. But she released that video. Remember, she was just trying to tell us that her and Little Fizz was best friends. And remember, they were playing playing dominoes or cards or something. And we knew then that it was bullshit, okay? And everybody, I guess, was just waiting to see if they was ever going to say what everybody already knew what it was. Well, a picture has surfaced of April and Lil Fizz in bed together. And so now I guess they really can't deny it. There's also videos that seem very intimate, you know, her standing in between his legs, them talking very closely, and different things like that that have come out. And now I just believe that they can't deny it any longer. Okay, we did get confirmation from our girl Moniece. Okay, old Petty LaBelle herself. She's all congratulating them, April Jones and teeny little Fizzle Pop, on their relationship, them getting a house together, moving in together, and possibly even pregnant. You know, she says that she knows that her son Cameron is getting a great stepmother in April. You just need to learn how to mind your fucking business a little bit more. And then we could all be one big happy blended family. So Moniece, you know, being who she is, I cracked up when I was reading teeny little Fizzle Pop. Nigga, from then on, that is his name in the videos when that show comes back. We waiting to see if Omarion was going to have some sort of reaction, and he hasn't. He's been in Jamaica. They say he's working on an album. He did post something, but it didn't seem like he was coming back at them. He never mentioned their names or really anything about them. So I think Omarion is just taking the you guys already see what it is. I don't even have to say anything. If he can stab me in the back and be with my baby mama, and if my baby mama thinks it's okay to be with my band member, you know, who we've been through a whole lot before. I mean, if they feel like that's okay and you guys can see what they doing, then I don't need to say anything. I used to think that Omarion was the asshole in that relationship, because April was always like, he don't let me do anything. He don't want me to do this. He don't want me to do that. You know, she felt very stifled. So I was like, he probably is an asshole. You know, she was like, he don't talk to me. He don't do this. He don't do that. I was like, he probably is an ass. But now I'm just thinking like, well, maybe because your fucking ass is crazy. Maybe you got some shit in you that he don't want to deal with no more. When people do shit like this, it make you look at them. Okay, you get to see the whole full picture and just be like, well, damn. Was you fucking the homie all this time? Okay, do I need to start thinking back about when, you know, I came in the kitchen and y'all was talking and everybody got quiet real quickly? I just think that anytime a woman gets with a friend of, you know, their ex-man, you know, that just, it just creates so many other men out there. Why do you have to be with that one? But anyway, you guys, I'm pontificating. I can already tell I'm doing way too much talking. Like I said, my damn mouth is sore right here. So I'm gonna move on from that story. But y'all let me know what you think about Lil Fizz and April. And then let's talk about this mess with Safari and Erica Mena. I didn't say much about that relationship. I told you guys that I didn't think that it was going to last and that I thought it was going to end in some sort of really crazy kind of way, you know. And I actually thought that it was going to come from Erica Mena's side because, you know, that girl is not stable. That is not how it happened at all. Evidently, Safari was fooling around with Gabby from Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, you guys remember Gabby? She was Prince's. Wasn't she messing around with Prince? Or was that the one that was with homeboy Pretty Ricky? I'm not quite sure. I don't remember which one she was. Anyway. Yeah, I think it was the one that was with the Pretty Ricky boy. What's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, the lead singer. So anyway, evidently Safari's been messing with this girl over the years. And she released some text messages. Not sure why she did, but she did release some text messages, both old and new, of him just get my words together. Proclaiming his love for her, him not getting married to Erica, you know, him fantasizing about if he would have proposed to her, you know, talking about trips that they taken where he thinks about it all this. I mean, just some real fuckboy shit. When I was reading it, I was like, oh, I done had a nigga or two say these kind of things to me in the past too. You know, the shit that keeps you just like where they want to be in your mind, even if they are involved with somebody else. But this is the kind of thing that they do to try to latch on to you, just make you feel like, you know, oh, I don't really want to be with her, you know, but I'm with her, but I really want to be with you. But so, you know, all of this is going on. So the tortured lover effect, I like to call it. When that came out, I just knew for a fact that Erica Mena and Safari was a wrap. Okay, you really doing all this out there. Now, what the fuck you proposed to the girl for if you had no intentions of being sincere with it? You know, I just knew it was over. Erica even posted a video of her smashing vases, a bunch of flowers that he had given her and all of this, you know, in the house. And I was like, oh, the crazy antics are about to start. Okay, but then she posted a response to the girl basically saying that you can fuck a man all you want, okay, but you don't have his heart. You know, you're not the one that he's going through the tough times with. And I be tired of women thinking that you got to be the one that go through the tough times with a nigga and then they go and have all the fucking fun with some damn body else. Okay, how about you stick with that one person through the good and the bad times? Okay, so maybe they won't be fun. But anyway, you can think that you doing all of this, but he's still home with me. Well, damn, do you want him like that? Well, evidently Erica Mena does, because now it looks like they have made up. And, you know, he out here taking her on horse and carriage rides and getting massages and, you know, bought her a G-Wagon. I said, bitch, you need to get cheated on more often. Shit. You came up. They taking pictures of them dressed alike and even saying that they're now getting married in August of this year. You can do all of that really though. But I can tell you, if I don't know one thing, I do know that once trust is broken, it is hard as hell to get it back. You can do all that stunting for the grandma all you want. You can smile, you can get all kind of gifts, okay? And really she could just be being smart and getting all of her shit from him and then leave him. But if I know a woman like Erica, that shit you ain't gonna never forget. Okay, yeah, you can be all excited right now, but honey, one of them days you're gonna be at the house, you're gonna be mad about something else that could probably be trivial and nothing, and it will trigger all of these other thoughts, and you won't know if it's really happening, if he is cheating again, if you know, nobody wants to live their life that way. It is not going to last. Erica is not going to stay there. Okay, And I still believe it's gonna go down in some sort of blaze of glory type of, you know, real ridiculous and outlandish way, because that's how all of Erica's relationships end. What's crazy is she's been engaged so many times. She can never make it to the altar. Okay, so the men want to marry her, but somewhere along the lines, it just don't happen. And it's obvious that this girl wants to be married. She wants to be somebody's wife. Okay, but I know that she knows somewhere deep down inside of her that if the nigga is doing all of this, a bunch of gifts and even an apology, because he did post an apology saying, you know, this is a loss that he wouldn't be able to take, and you know, he's so sorry, you know, for being immature, you know, and then he go even chastise us, saying how, you know, we like to take misery and other people's, you know, problems. And nigga, you the one put the shit on social media. You the one put the proposal out there. We the one, you know, you the one did all of this for us to know that you and Erica had this whirlwind romance. You guys get engaged and all of that. Now you mad at us because you got caught fucking with Gabby. Now what kind of sense do that make? You would have done better just saying, man, I fucked up. Okay, y'all was tripping. Don't come yelling at us about your damn wayward dick. I really liked Safari. I did. But this little thing that has happened, and I don't even really like Erica like that, but I don't think she deserves this kind of shit. I don't like to see shit like this happen, because that shit was embarrassing. I mean, the things that he was saying was very heartfelt and passionate and sincere to this Gabby girl. That would kill me to see him saying things like that. It's different when I know my man might have been fucking around or something, but when you start having these emotional feelings for somebody, at least for me, emotional affairs are way, it's a bigger stronghold and could be a larger problem, I think, in a marriage, you know, or in a relationship. So that shit would have bothered me. And I know, if I know anything about Erica, I'm sure that shit bothers her deep down inside too. It ain't gonna last, you guys. Mark my word for it. This is the beginning of the end, and it's pretty much over. But damn, Safari, you had to do shit like that. I guess Mano was right, huh? Let's talk about just Taylor Swift and the fact that she does not own her masters. So I read up on this story because I didn't know anything about it, but evidently I'm gonna give you guys a real abbreviated version. Taylor Swift was underneath this label. I think it's called Big Music. I don't remember. It's Big Music something. I didn't write it down because I'm just going off the top of my head because I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll go on and throw it in. She was under this label. She really wanted to get her masters, and they wouldn't let her get them. They tried to work out a deal where they would give her masters, but she also needed to stay there for 10 more years to do her music, and she didn't want to do that. So she was in negotiations with the label, and you know, it never could happen. They even tried to say, well, we'll give you back one album at a time. You know, it was all these different things that I guess made her feel like she was jumping through hoops trying to get to her music. So she ended up leaving that label, okay, I think last year. But she still was trying to get her masters from them. And they were like, hell fuck nah, bitch. Okay. Now, in the meantime, that label sold to this guy named Braun. Okay. Who's like this mega big music, you know, mogul in the industry. Used to be Kanye West manager. Where therein lies part of the problem. But we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, they bought the Big Music label, and now all of her music is underneath a guy who she hates to death, and now she really feels like she's never going to be able to get her music because the person that she's had a lot of problems with in the past, now has ownership of her music. So now she's mad at the first label because she's saying, you guys didn't even tell me that she knew that they were about to sell, she just didn't know to who. So that was part of the reason why she didn't want to stay there for the 10 years that they said, because she wasn't sure who she would be working under if she did. Okay, so she didn't want to lock herself up like that. So now the first label sold this, I think one's name is Bruschetta. Bruschetta sold to this Braun guy, and she's mad at Bruschetta because she's saying, you didn't even give me a chance, you didn't tell me that you were doing this, you know I would have been pissed if I'd have known you were selling to this Braun guy, okay? And now she's just like, you know, shit is fucked up, I really ain't gonna be able to get my music. Now Braun, like I said, used to be Kanye West's manager, and she has a certain hate for him because she feels like he was part of the one, you know, part of the whole, you know, remember when Kanye put that song out about fucking Taylor Swift, you know, he made that bitch famous. I think the name of the song is Famous, right? She felt like Braun had a lot to do with that. The video, her likeness, you guys remember she was nude in the video. Remember he had all the nude people in the bed. And remember when Kim Kardashian put out the video, supposedly Kanye West asking her for permission and her saying yes, it was okay. So all of that shit, she felt like Braun had a lot to do with it. So she already didn't like him for that. And now he has all of her shit. So Taylor Swift finds herself in a bit of a pickle because now her music can be played wherever Braun says, not wherever Taylor Swift says. Now she has, you know, her masters now after she moved to the new label. But man, is this not a lesson in the music industry? I mean, I really don't know. Do people even, I mean, how it seems like it would be very hard for people to get their masters unless that was set up at the very beginning. And I wonder, do music labels actually offer people their own masters? I don't think that in a, you know, in business sense, business wise, that I would make that decision, be like, oh yeah, you come sign with me and you got all your masters, because you could be signing away a fortune. Okay, and we know that Taylor Swift is worth a whole bunch of fucking money. So Braun, who just bought the company, and you know, now he is gonna make a whole lot of money off of Taylor Swift, and that bothers her terribly. So I'm sure there will be some legal things that they try to do, but what do you guys think about that? Now, the Bruschetta guy, the first label, he's saying that Taylor Swift's father is like a shareholder in the company. So he knew that this sale was happening. But then they're also saying that he didn't know until the very final parts of it, and that the negotiations went on for months and months and months. Okay, and then I guess when it was about to happen and they were going to do like maybe some final vote or, you know, something along those lines, and that's when the father was made aware, and then you know, Taylor Swift found out, but it was too late then. It was a done deal. So now her shit is somewhere else and she's mad. She's claiming that she's been bullied and all of that. Now there are people that are also on the Braun guy's side. He's Justin Bieber works with him, Ariana Grande works with him, you know, and they're all saying that he's actually a good guy, he's misunderstood, you know, people just give him a bad rap, but you know, he don't, you know, have it out for all these people like to think. To me, it just sounds like shrewd business, you know, and yes, it's fucked up, but you know, the bottom line is people are not really trying to let go of they big money makers like that and just being like, letting it walk away. So it's fucked up. But I wonder, you know, now I know she's gonna fight this, but you know, all of my, let me ask my rock star lawyers, you know, the real ones, and you know, my rock star, you know, music industry people out there, y'all tell me how this shit works. Okay, is she gonna have a leg to stand on when she, if she does go to court? Because masters is a part of a label, right? Like, that's their music. That's the whole reason why you don't be independent. You know, go under a label and then you give your, you know, in a sense, the masters, the very first recording to that label. So I don't know, but I was reading up on it and I was like, damn, I know she is sick. Ain't nothing like waking up one morning and finding out a person that you hate is your boss, child. So I don't know, but you guys let me know what you think about that. But yeah, I thought I'd go on and throw a little bit of the old white folks news to y'all today, this day before the Independence Day. And then lastly, you guys, in a feel-good story, fist pump of righteousness for Corey Goff. I hope I'm saying her last name right. G-A-U-F-F, okay, or Coco as she likes to be called. Coco began playing tennis as 7 years old, as a little young girl in Georgia. She says her biggest inspiration, we all know if you're a black girl and you play tennis and you're from the South, or really anywhere, you know, would at least be one of the Williams sisters. Serena Williams would have been her biggest inspiration. They're saying that she rose through the ranks, and when she met Venus Williams at Wimbledon's main draw the other day, you know, after they had a couple of sessions, went back and forth, she beat Venus Williams in the first round. Okay, and she said she was shocked, did not expect that she was living her dream right now, and was just so happy that, you know, she was able to play against Venus Williams and make it this far. Now, they say that, you know, Coco has been all the talk in the tennis world for some time now. It's just that we are now seeing her on this level, you know, just your regular Joe Blow, not in the tennis world. And we are all knowing. Now, John McEnroe even gave her the stamp of approval and said, you know, this girl is basically a carbon copy of the Williams sisters, okay? Has a lot of their same strategy as tennis players, and he said if she's not number one by the time she's 20, then he will be shocked. So, yeah, Miss Coco is doing it out there. And so proud of her. When you see all the pictures, she just, every picture that you see, she just got this look on her face like, oh my God. And I just love to see, especially black young girls, you know, accomplishing, crushing their goals and beating even their idols in Venus or Serena Williams, in this case Venus. So yeah, like I said, fist pump of righteousness for that black girl magic. Come on, Miss Coco. Okay, y'all not gonna get enough of us, are you? Alright, you guys was complaining that last week was short, so this week you definitely got a whole bunch of talking, huh? Child, talking way too much. My mouth is all sore on the inside. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, you guys. We do this every single week. Oh, let me say first, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to all of you guys who out there who do celebrate it. If you don't, then y'all just have a good day off tomorrow. Okay? Y'all be safe out there. And you guys remember, if you're gonna be at the cookouts or the barbecues, and you must drink, then you don't need to get behind the wheel. Call you an Uber, call you a Lyft, be safe. Alright, and I am going to get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.